Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristen, and I have two summer salads that are wonderful and that will go very well with, summer type foods, barbecues, whatnot. So anyway, these are the ingredients for Mexican street corn casserole. This is very good. My family likes to eat this. The corn is very important that you get petite white corn instead of just like yellow corn because it's a little bit sweeter. But anyway, so these are the ingredients I use. So we have, and I'm having this recipe, by the way, it's not a full recipe, but I will link it in the description box for you so you can get the full measurements. But anyway, I have sour cream, mayonnaise. For seasoning, I'm using garlic powder. I'm also going to use a little garlic salt. I'm just putting in what I feel like putting in. I'm not measuring this part because I don't want to measure if I don't have to. Measure. Okay. And then tahini, this is my own addition to it. It's not in the recipe, but I love tahini, and I believe that it should go into every single Mexican dish out there. So that's what I'm doing. And then a little bit of heat from the cayenne pepper. The tahini does have a little bit of kick to it too, just so you know, but very good condiment. And then this one is sumac. I'm adding this because it's going to add a little bit of tart sourness and a little bit of just something extra in the background of the corn casserole. And I think it really put it over the top. It has like a lemony, like I said, like a sourness to it. And it's kind of a little bit florally too. It's a nice spice to play around with. So I highly recommend it. And then I have a whole bunch of queso fresco that I just crumbled up really easy here with my fork. And I'm just adding a bunch here. I'm going to reserve some to put on the top after it's cooked or before it's cooked. Anyway, it will go in there. So just mix up all those things, the mayo and all the seasonings, and then throw in. I defrosted my corn. The recipe says you don't have to, but I think it just kind of helped reduce the amount of liquid that is in the casserole after it's baked, in my opinion. So I just defrosted it in the microwave. And I used about 20 ounces. I had a 14-ounce bag, and then I had some left over in the freezer, so I just put it all together. I'd say about 20 ounces, we'll say. And I'm going to grease this casserole dish. This is an 8x8. The recipe is originally for a 9x13, but, having it, so I'll put it in an 8x8. I love this dish. I got it at Fred Meyer, and it was just an awesome price, and I love it. It reminds me of a swimming pool for some reason. Whenever I look at it, I think of a swimming pool. But anyway, just being a dork. So I'm just going to put a little bit more tahini on top, just for a little extra, decoration. And I'll put a little ground paprika on there, just for a little extra flavor, and so you can kind of really get the feel that it's going to be a street corn casserole, I don't know. It's just what I think of. And a little cayenne to make sure that there is enough flavor in this. And then you bake it at 350 for about a half an hour, I think. And this is what it looks like when it comes out. You can also use this as a dip. If you want to serve it with some tortilla chips, it works great as a dip. But we just had this as a side. And I just put a little bit more queso fresco over the top so you know that it's in there. And a little bit of parsley. And this casserole is pretty much done. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of liquid at the bottom when it's done, but it's all right. It's okay. Okay, moving on to the next one, deviled egg pasta salad. I'm starting off this recipe by hard boiling the eggs. So this is how I like to do it. I start with a pan of boiling water, and then I put my eggs in there. They can go in there straight from the fridge. It's okay. One of them might crack, maybe two of them might crack, but it's okay. As you can see, an egg cracked, or two did. But it's all right. It's all right. Just put a lid on it, and once it's boiling and you have your eggs in the water, then I just let them go for 10 minutes, and then I put them immediately into a ice bath to stop them from cooking. Because once they get to that point where the yolk is kind of gray, when you take it out of the egg white, then the yolk just kind of turns chalky and dried, and it's just not as pleasant. So I really, really try hard not to overboil my eggs. All right, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to peel eggs after they've been boiled. When I do it this way, they just really peel really easy. I don't know what it is about it, but they just do. So then I'm going to half each egg. And I'm just showing you how perfect. This one actually is slightly under, but it's okay. It's okay. So after you half your eggs, then just poke the yolks out and put them into a separate bowl. Get a little close up here. But yeah, these eggs turned out absolutely perfect out of the boiling water. I used to always do it the other way, where you put your eggs in cold water and then bring it up to a boil and then time it. But I think this way just works a lot better, in my opinion. I don't know. It's just the way I do it. I like it. And as you can see, there is no gray on the bottoms of the yolks. So that means they are perfect. And you're going to get a nice creamy result with anything that you're going to do with them, like egg salad or deviled eggs or whatnot. It's going to be good. So I will link this recipe also in the description box too. So I'm just going to, and this is going to be the base for like the dressing for the pasta salad. So yeah, it's just kind of different. And this recipe also has Dijon mustard in it instead of yellow mustard, which is how I usually make my pasta salad when I have eggs in it. But I thought that was interesting, so I really kind of wanted to try this recipe. So I'm glad I did. But just a heads up though, when you're done, after you've assembled your pasta salad and you had it in the fridge, you'll need to check the seasoning before you serve it, because it seems like the pasta always soaks up a lot of ingredient. It's just, you gotta adjust it, is what I'm saying. So egg yolks in the bowl. Use a fork and really break them up. And then you have the egg whites left over, so we're gonna just dice those up really well into a nice fine dice, let's say. Yeah, put those in a different bowl. This is the bowl that I'm going to use to build the salad in, just so you know. The other bowl was for the dressing part, and this part is going to be the pasta and the egg and the vegetables, whatnot. Okay, so we're going to put in, the recipe called for 1.5 cups of mayo. I was kind of nervous about that because it just kind of seemed like a lot. So I just started with 1 cup and it was fine. I didn't have to add any additional mayo to this dressing. It was enough. It just seemed like a lot. 1.5 cups just seemed like a lot for 1 cup of pasta. I mean, I know it like doubles in volume once you've cooked the pasta, but anyway. Yeah, I just kind of left it as is. And I wanted to add, as I'm assembling the salad here, I wanted to just add a little fun fact here about salad, about pasta, I'm sorry. So a friend of ours told my husband that if you cook pasta like the night before and put it in the fridge and let it sit overnight, then it alters the simple starch and converts it, and alters the starch into a more resistant starch, so the pasta is higher in fiber. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm trying to get what I'm trying to say here. So it doesn't reduce the calories. It just alters the type of starch that's in the pasta, which won't spike your blood sugar as fast as hot pasta. Does that make sense? So if you boil it and you stick it in the fridge overnight, then it becomes higher in fiber, and it becomes kind of a healthier food, and your body takes longer to break it down than if you cook it right away and eat it right away. Does that make sense? Has anybody else heard of this? I haven't. And when my husband told me that, I was like, really? Okay. That sounds kind of silly. But I looked it up, and apparently it's true. So I wanted to add that little tidbit in here because it's kind of crazy, because you spend all this extra money or whatnot on all these, pastas that are higher in fiber and protein and whatnot. And maybe doing this can help, you get kind of a healthier meal when you're eating pasta. I don't know, crazy. Anyway, getting back. Here's the pasta that I boiled, and I had it sitting in the fridge the night before, overnight. I don't know, but I'm just going with it. Anyway, so I have a half a cup of celery-ish and a half a cup of red onion, like this. And that goes in the bowl, everybody. And those are the only veggies that goes in there, is the cucumber celery and onion. And then the chopped up egg whites goes into the party. And then we're going to add our deviled egg dressing. And that's going to go over top. Just like that. And then we're going to stir it up. And this is pretty much as far as we're getting here with this salad. I do have to say, though, I did add dill when I was serving it with dinner. I did add some dried dillweed on top, and I did add some more salt. And then it was perfect. I did have to add a little bit more garlic salt because it was kind of a little bit plain when we were tasting it. And, like I said, pasta salads are just kind of tricky. You always have to do a lot of taste testing and adjusting, and then, you're ready to go. But anyway, I just saw these salads, and it's time for, pasta salads, and it's that time of year. So I just wanted to add these in for a little fun. Okay, so thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Like and subscribe. I just said subscribe. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.